The physical wounds heal. That's the easy part. The surgeons, God bless them, they're miracle workers. They can take a leg that's been turned into confetti by an IED, and piece by piece, they can put it back together. You do the physical therapy, you grit your teeth, you learn to walk again. The scars fade. The pain becomes a dull ache, a reminder, like an old friend you never liked but learned to live with. But the other wounds, the ones in your head, they don't heal. They're not clean. They fester. And the worst kind of wound is the one that's still open. It's the wound of not knowing. My name is Lena Hansen. I was a sergeant in the U.S. Army, 10th Mountain Division. My job was different. I wasn't infantry. I wasn't EOD. I was part of a CST, a cultural support team. They trained us at Fort Bragg. We were the Army's new weapon, a handful of female soldiers who were supposed to go where male soldiers couldn't, into the homes, into the lives of the Afghan women and children. We were supposed to build bridges, gather intelligence, win hearts and minds. I believed in it. I really did. I grew up in Minnesota, raised by a Lutheran pastor. I was taught to help, to listen, to serve. I joined the Army after 9/11 because I wanted to do something. And the CST program, it felt right. It felt like I wasn't just there to break things. I was there to build. I was wrong. Or maybe, I was just naive. We deployed to Kandahar province in 2010. The heat, the dust, it was another planet. We were attached to a Special Forces A-team. Their mission was to hunt the Taliban. Our mission was to talk. Our first patrol into the village was tense. The male soldiers, the Green Berets, they set up a security perimeter. The village elders came out. All men, all with long beards and eyes that looked right through you. They talked to our captain. Me and my partner, Specialist Evans, we just stood there, in full battle rattle. Helmet, body armor, rifle. We were a contradiction. A female soldier in a place where women weren't even supposed to be seen. Okay, Hansen, our team leader, Sergeant First Class Riker said, go do your thing. Try and talk to the women. See what they know about the local Taliban. Just go do your thing. Like walking into a lion's den. The women, they were ghosts. They flitted away when we approached. They'd pull their burqas tighter, grab their children, and disappear behind high mud brick walls. We weren't bridge builders. We were invaders. We were just more Americans with guns. We tried for weeks. We'd bring medical supplies. We'd bring notebooks and pens for the children. Nothing. We'd sit in the shade, and they'd just watch us from a distance. Their eyes just visible slits. This is pointless, Sergeant, Evans said one day, wiping sweat from her face. They hate us. They don't hate us, I said, though I wasn't sure. They're scared. There's a difference. Then, one afternoon, a breakthrough. A small one. We were near the village well. A little girl, maybe 5 or 6 years old, with huge, dark, curious eyes, dropped a small wooden doll. It rolled to my feet. I picked it up. Her mother, who was nearby, froze. Her eyes went wide with terror. She started to hiss at the girl. I knelt. Slowly. I took off my heavy helmet. My long blonde hair, which I kept in a tight bun, came loose. I held out the doll, and I smiled. It's okay, I said, in the few words of Pashto I knew. She's beautiful. Zeba. The little girl, Zara, looked at her mother. The mother, Fatima, looked at me. She looked at my hair, my face, my smile. She saw a woman, not just a soldier. She gave a tiny, almost imperceptible nod. Zara ran forward, snatched the doll, and ran back, giggling. It was a start. The next day, we went back. I brought a bar of chocolate. I found Fatima and Zara. I offered it. Fatima hesitated. Then she took it. She broke off a tiny piece for Zara and a tiny piece for herself. And then she did something that changed everything. She motioned with her head toward her home. She was inviting us in. If you're finding meaning in this story, in this attempt to connect across a world of differences, please consider subscribing. We share these stories to remember the human moments, even when they're heartbreaking. We followed her. Inside her family's kalat, a mud brick compound. It was a different world. It was dark, cool, rugs on the floor, the smell of cardamom and wood smoke. We sat. I took off my armor. Evans kept hers on, standing by the door. That was our protocol. One in, one out. Fatima served us tea, chai. It was hot, sweet, and milky. We sat there, in silence, just sipping tea. Zara, the little girl, crawled into my lap. She wasn't scared anymore. She touched the USA patch on my sleeve. "What's your name?" I asked in Pashto. "Zara," she whispered. "I'm Lena," she giggled. We went back every week. It became my mission. I'd sit with Fatima and the other women of her family. We learned to talk. Not about the Taliban, not about intelligence. We talked about life, about our children. I told them I had a nephew back home, about cooking, about the color of the sky. Fatima, she was smart. She was funny. She had this dry wit. She hated the Taliban. "They are bad men," she'd say. "They are afraid of women, afraid of books." Zara, she adopted me. She'd wait for me. She'd run up, grab my hand. She loved to draw. I brought her colored pencils and a drawing pad. She'd sit on my lap while I talked with her mother, and she'd just draw. One day she gave me a picture. It was a drawing of me and her. We were holding hands. I was in my uniform, but I wasn't holding a rifle. I was holding a flower, and the sun was shining. I almost cried. "It's beautiful, Zara," I said. "Thank you, Tashakor." I folded it carefully. I put it in my breast pocket. That night, back at the FOB, I taped it to the dashboard of our MRAP, our armored truck. Riker, my team sergeant, saw it. "What's that, Hansen?" "A friend," I said. He just nodded. "Good work, Sergeant." I felt good. I felt like I was doing it. I was building a bridge. I was making a difference. That was my mistake. In Afghanistan, every bridge you build just gives the enemy a new target. A week later, I went to Fatima's home. The door was closed, locked. I knocked. "Fatima, it's Lena." Silence. I knocked again. Harder. "Fatima." The door opened a crack. It was her. Her eyes were wide with terror. Pure, animal terror. "You must go," she whispered, her voice shaking. "You cannot come here. Ever again." "What? Fatima? What's wrong? What happened?" "Go," she screamed, and tried to slam the door. I put my foot in it. "What happened?" She started to cry. Sobbing, she pointed to the door. And I saw it. A night letter. A piece of paper, stuck to the wood with a small knife. It was a message from the Taliban. My Pashto was good enough to read the important words. "Collaborator, spies, American whores." And at the bottom, death. They had been watching us. They had seen me, the American soldier, going into her home. Fatima. I didn't know what to say. "You did this," she shrieked, her voice full of grief and rage. "You did this to us. They will kill us. They will kill my Zara. Get out. Get out." She slammed the door. I heard the bolt slide. I just stood there. My blood was ice. This wasn't in the training. They don't train you for this. They don't train you for the moment your bridge becomes a death sentence. I went back to the FOB. I was shaking. I was furious. Sergeant Riker. I found him in the command tent. I threw the night letter on his map. "They're threatening Fatima's family, the one I've been my contact. They're threatening to kill them, because of me." Riker read it. His face didn't change. He was a professional. "Okay," he said. "This is not good. Not good. Sergeant, they're going to kill a little girl because I gave her colored pencils." "Calm down, Hansen," he said, his voice firm. "We'll handle it. We'll increase patrols in that sector. We'll make our presence known. We'll show them we're watching. It'll spook them." "That's not enough," I said. We have to get them out." "Get them out?" "Sergeant, we're not an airline. We can't just extract every family that gets a threat. That's half the country. We'll increase patrols. That's what we can do." I knew he was right, logically, but my heart was breaking. And I want to be on that patrol, I said. Every time, I want to be in the truck that drives past her house. Riker looked at me. Fine, you're on it. Now go get your gear. We're rolling out in 20. I made a new promise. Not to Fatima. To myself, I will protect them. I will be there. I will be the one watching. I taped Sarah's drawing, my drawing, back to the dashboard. The one of us, holding hands. We patrolled that route every day. Twice a day. We'd drive our big, menacing MRAPs right past Fatima's compound. I'd sit in the back, my eyes glued to her door, looking for any sign of trouble. I never saw them. The door stayed closed. I was on edge. Every second, I couldn't sleep. I waited. It was 3 days later, a standard patrol. Hot, dusty. I was in the lead truck. I was staring at Zara's drawing, at the flower I was holding. I was thinking about her, wondering if she was okay, wondering if she hated me. Our driver, Specialist Cade, was talking about baseball or something. And the thing about the Red Sox, I wasn't listening. I was just looking at the drawing, and I felt it, before I heard it. A lift, a violent, gut-wrenching, upward shove. And then, the world it just ended. It wasn't a sound. It was a feeling of being ripped apart by pure, white-hot noise. Our MRAP, it was a 30-ton truck, designed to withstand bombs. This bomb, it threw us. I was in the air. I was flying. I remember seeing Zara's drawing, ripped from the dashboard, fluttering in the air in front of my face, like a bird. And then, blackness. I woke up to screaming. It was my screaming. I was on the ground, on the road. I'd been thrown clear. My ears just ringing. Smoke, fire, the smell of burning diesel, burning me. I looked down. My leg. My left leg. It wasn't right. It was facing the wrong way, and it was on fire. I started screaming again. I was trying to pat out the fire on my own leg, but my arms, my left arm, it wouldn't move. Then Hans Riker, he was there. His face was covered in blood. Hansen, stay with me. You're okay. He was lying. Fatima, I mumbled. Zara, gotta check. Shut up, Hansen. Just stay with me. He was dragging me. A medic was there. He was injecting me with something. Morphine. The world, it started to go soft. Zara, I whispered, and the blackness came back. I woke up in Germany. Landstuhl. White sheets. The smell of antiseptic. I've been here before, I thought. A nurse was there. Sergeant Hansen. Welcome back. You're at Landstuhl Medical Center. You were hit by an IED. My leg, I said. My mouth was dry. The surgeons, they did their best, honey, she said. Her voice was too kind. They saved it. But it's bad. Multiple fractures, nerve damage. You got a long road ahead. My team, everyone survived. Cade the driver, he's in worse shape than you. But you're all alive. Alive? I looked at the white ceiling. Fatima, I said. What, honey? The family? Fatima. Zara. The village. Did they? The nurse just looked at me. Pity. I don't know anything about that, Sergeant. You just rest. You're going home. Home. I spent 6 months at Walter Reed. They rebuilt my leg. 17 surgeries. Rods, pins, screws. I learned to walk again. It was agony. But it was agony. But it was agony. But it was a distraction. It was something to do. Something to fight. I'd be in the physical therapy room, gritting my teeth, trying to bend my knee 1 more degree, and all I could think about was, did they get to them? Did they kill them? Did they kill them? Did they kill that little girl? My war wasn't over. It had just moved inside. I got out, medical discharge. I went home to Minnesota. I was a hero. My town had a welcome home banner. My parents, they were just so relieved I was alive. But I wasn't there. I was still on that road. I was still outside that door. I tried to find out. I had to know. I emailed Riker. He was still in country. Sorja Riker. This is Hansen. I'm recovering. I need to know. The family. Fatima and Zara. Did you ever find out what happened? He replied. A week later. Hansen. Good to hear from you. Glad you're healing. We pulled out of that sector. New orders. Handed it off to the ANA. I don't know. Focus on getting better. That's an order. I don't know. Those 3 words. They were worse than the explosion. They were the open wound. I tried everything. I contacted the State Department. I contacted humanitarian aid groups, a family in Kandahar. Sergeant, do you know how many families there are? Do you know how bad it is? No one knew. No one could find them. They were just gone, like a drawing, fluttering in the smoke. It's been 10 years. My leg, I walk with a limp. I have a cane. The cold in Minnesota, it makes the metal ache. But that's not the pain. The pain is the not knowing. The pain is, did my promise, did my help, did my bridge get them killed? Was I a hero? Or was I the monster? Was I the one who brought the Taliban to their door? I'll never know. That's my wound. It's the one that never heals. I work with refugee resettlement agencies. Here in Minneapolis, we get families from Syria, from Somalia, and last year we started getting them from Afghanistan. The families who made it out. I meet every plane. I look at every face. Every time I see a little girl with dark eyes, my heart, it stops. I'm still looking for Zara. I know it's impossible, but I have to. I still have it. The drawing, it's in my wallet, faded, creased, stained, with my own blood from that day. The 2 of us, holding hands, holding a flower. My war never ended. I'm still on that patrol. I'm still looking for them. I'm still trying to keep that promise.